Welcome to the best business show in the world.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Best Business Show, helping you create the best business you can by giving you content, knowledge and strategies for free. Welcome to episode 1 of the Best Business Show. I am your host, Nigel T. Best. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening. It's going to be a great fun. It's going to be a good ride. But maybe you're listening to this thinking of starting a business. Maybe you've been trying something for a while on the side, but you want to make it full time. Maybe you just want to grow your business. Whatever it is, there'll be a reason why you want to run a business. Now, for many of you, it could be to have that feeling of being in control. A lot of people who don't like that feeling of not being in control. What does that mean? You don't have the decision making power. It's because you've got a boss. And for some of you, it could just be, I've got to get rid of that boss. I've got to get rid of him. I've got to get him, her out of my life. I need to be in control. And that's the reason why you're interested in running a business. Maybe for some of you, though, it's the money, the cold, hard cash, the filthy lucre. Because you've seen that the only people who have made a long-term wealth and huge wealth tended to have been business owners who've then put their money into property to perpetuate that wealth. Okay, so business owners, we've seen it. They make huge amounts of money. The billionaires of the world, they haven't done it by being employed. They've done it by running a business, starting and running a business. But there could be a number of you who feel that the 9 to 5, the corporate life, where you are at the moment, is just too demanding. And what you really want back from running your own business is the flexibility to enjoy your time when you want to do it. Okay, they might be some of the reasons. You may have lots of other reasons. Some may just say it's a passion. It's a passionate thing. You want to be in business, it's a passion, something you've always wanted to do. Others might call it a calling. Something you have to do. It's something deep inside you. It's that gut feel. It's that indescribable sensation, that feeling that you want, that you can't take any more of being employed or doing something else. You've got to do it for yourself. Maybe your head's bursting full of ideas. Maybe your hands or your feet are super skilled at something and you've got to get out there and show the world that it's you, your business, you want to do it. You can make it succeed. That's brilliant. Because here's the number one thing of the Best Business Show podcast is you need a damn good reason why. Now, why do I say that? Why do I say why? Because in those dark moments ahead, and they will inevitably be ahead, and they will be very dark. They will be so dark that pitch black would seem a blinding light. But I can tell you, when you're in those dark moments and you begin to question everything about what you're doing, everything, you wonder why the hell you gave up that job, why the hell you thought this was a good idea, why the hell can't I have a day off and have a few hours sleep or maybe even a few minutes? Why do I have to be awake for 12 days straight or something crazy like that? Whenever you're in that position, it's the why that keeps you going. It's the why that holds you together. And people talk about mental health. All right. If you are of a nervous disposition, if you are brittle in the mind, then let me stop you right here. Keep tuning into the podcast. I'd love to have you here. But I'm going to tell you right now that a business will test your mental strength, your mental health, your mental fortitude, your mental resilience to a degree that you cannot comprehend at the moment. You just will not comprehend the amount of stress and strain that a business can put on you. If you're happy to go through that, when you've got those dark moments and you feel like you are going mad, and you probably will actually go mad. Temporary insanity, though I like to put it, because it's the why that brings you back. The why is your rudder. The why is the anchor that holds you fast in the storm. It's the rudder that takes you in the destination that you want to go to. It is potentially the only thing between you and the Madhouse. Now, I know probably saying the Madhouse is not the right thing to say, but the Madhouse, do you know where the Madhouse is? The real Madhouse? It's inside your own head. Okay, it's not a physical place. It's inside your own head. And inside your head, you will be hearing that voice, and that voice will be telling you, what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? What do you think you're playing at? You'll hear your family chirping in your ear, saying, I told you not to risk it. This is crazy. It's going wrong. Your business is going wrong. You're going to lose everything. Your friends will walk away from you saying, he's lost it. She's lost it. They don't know what they're doing. You are going to get all this. It's going to go on in your head. It is going to be there 24/7. You can't escape from it. You've just got to be able to deal with it. And what I say is, make sure that reason why you are doing something is so strong that when that voice pipes up, you can tell that voice, thank you for that useful bit of information, telling me I'm crap and I'm rubbish and this is a disaster and it's all going to fall apart. Thank you for that voice in my head. But shall I tell you something? The reason I'm doing this is for my loved ones, for me, for this reason, to help others, to grow wealth, to leave a legacy, whatever it might be, and that will silence the voice for a bit. It won't silence it permanently, because everything that happens, all the mistakes that you make, they will come back. And that voice will say, I told you you're rubbish, you useless pillock. What do you think you're doing? You're not the sort of person that should run a business. A business is not for you. What on earth are you doing? That's why you need a strong why. So here we are. Episode 1. You're probably thinking, what the fuck is he on about? Alright, I don't blame you. But what I'm going to do is I'm not going to dress it up with fluff and give you guff and tell you everything's a bed of roses and life is just wonderful and all the rest of it, because that would be doing you a disservice. And that's not what this podcast is about. This podcast is about a service. It's a free service. Why? Because I love seeing other people's success. I do. I really enjoy it. So if there's anything I can share, anything I can give or do in this podcast, I'm going to do it. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you straight. I might give you my interpretation of it. I might tell you a whole load of it's bollocks and ignore it. But I think you need to know that. Because starting, running, growing, owning a business, employing people, the law, the accounts, the finance, the pressures, the borrowings, the repayments, the cash flow. It's a heady list, folks. But if you want the best business you can get, if you want to give it your best shot, if you want to minimize the risk of failure, if you want to increase the chances of success, then the Best Business Show podcast is definitely for you. You're in the right place. As I say, my name's Nigel T. Best. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. And you're probably thinking, oh, he sounds a little bit wacky, a little bit mad. I probably am. And there's probably times, and I've done it before, where I've walked down the street and I've been thinking about something for the business and there's been pressures and all the rest of it. And I have just spontaneously laughed semi-hysterically. And people in the street will stop and look at you and think, I think he's on day release. And that's how I feel it is sometimes. I'm on day release from what's going on in my head. You've got to have something strong, something to keep you going. And sometimes you just got to laugh, because the mistakes you make will be so ridiculous. They'll be so stupid. They'll be so painful. They'll be so expensive. But what the hell? I'm going to tell you right here and now. Running a business, being able to make the decisions, is one of the best things you could ever do. It's not for everyone, but for those willing and brave enough to give it a go. Running a business could be the best thing you've ever done. It can also be the worst. It can ruin you. It can bankrupt you. You can have everyone leave you. Your husband, your wife, your partner, whoever it is, they could all leave you. The kids could leave you. The dog could be seen walking down the street with a little stick and a red a spotted white handkerchief over his shoulder, carrying his dog bowl and bed or whatever as it troops off looking for a new owner because you've blown it. But here's one thing. I'm going to leave you with this on episode 1. It's better to be a has-been than a never has tried. And if you're in any doubt about giving it a go, start right now. Subscribe to this podcast. I'm going to talk you through all sorts. I'm going to talk you through how to set up a business. I'm going to talk you about some of the intricacies of running a business. I'm going to talk to you about experience of business, owning a business, running a business, cash flow, financial pressures, things that go wrong, mistakes, successes, but also the potential rewards that are there for you. Making the decisions, being in control, being in charge, having the time to spend as you see fit. It's all there. And you just need to grab it. Give it a go. Subscribe to the podcast. I'm going to be going through all sorts of things, setting up how you set up a business. I'll be talking about online. So if you want to know sales funnels, you want to know Facebook ads, you want to know social media marketing, you want to know the fundamentals of business, you just want to hear someone bearing their soul about some of the cock-ups they've made, then this is definitely for you. There we are, short first episode. We'll be jumping into all sorts of things. Some of the considerations you need to have before you start your business. And then moving on, we'll be talking about marketing, the principles of marketing, why people don't spend enough time on it, social media marketing, sales funnels, business fundamentals that people overlook, and also, slightly different things that you may not have thought about, which will be psychological profiles. Employing people, dealing with idiots that want meetings all the time, all sorts of minutiae along with the big stuff. So it's going to be great fun. Thank you very much for joining me. If you want to subscribe, put a review in, put it on, do it on Apple Podcasts. So if you do it on there, take a screenshot, send it to me. If you want to send it to @NigelTBest on Instagram, I'd love to catch up with you there. And I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks very much for tuning in. Episode 1, boom, in the bag. Oh yeah.